Hello. We are Fitting Room. That's the product we have chosen. So Fitting Room is an app that uses VR to enhance online apparel shopping by enabling the try-on feature using the camera. So moving towards the current age of computing and AR and VR, we have envisioned this app which can help customers try on different combinations for an outfit, and also they could get AI-enabled recommendations. We are a team of four, and throughout this project we will try to engage you in this following features. Next slide. So as I have already said what fitting room is, I will let you know some of the salient features of this app. So first is the simplicity of the app. The app will is extremely user friendly, and it is very easy to navigate. Next is that you have a mixed feature of the virtual try on as well as the mix and match, which helps you to try on clothes virtually using your mobile's camera, as well as you will get a combination of different clothes itself, so you can see which looks fits you more. And next, we will also have the personal recommendations attached with it, so that the AI can recommend according to your style, your previous shopping trends, and likewise. So the most important thing is, I think, the convenience and accessibility of this feature. This app aims to make online shopping easier and reduce the need for returns. Also, it will be available throughout various devices, so singularity of a devices will not be an issue. And also engaging is one of the center probabilities of this app, because we can see that how much it is interactive the features are, and how much it makes shopping fun and engaging, as you will get to see through various apps itself how how the apps are fitting to you. So let me give you a brief market overview for the same. So the digital clothing market currently is valued at about 500 million, and we are expecting that in the next 10 years, it will be around $5 billion, and it is growing at a CAGR of 26.4 between 22 to 2021. So since we have seen this huge rise, and we are expecting this huge rise, we are trying to capitulate on this market, and this app is the perfect opportunity and also the perfect position for this to do. Next, I think Akshata will take on from here.
So during our interviews, we mainly categorized all our interviewees into three user personas. So the first one, which was probably a majority of the people we spoke to, were people who actually live in not the metropolitan cities, they live in the tier 2 and 3 cities. So the first person we stumbled across, we went to PNM Mall in Jamshedpur, and we found a few people shopping there in West Side. So they said that the collection in these cities is very subpar compared to how it is probably in the bigger cities, both in terms of the brands that are available and the choices that are available to people. And then we asked, why don't you just order it online? So they said that sometimes you need clothes for an occasion, which is probably a week away, and then we order something, it doesn't look good, we raise a return, and then by the time you order the next one, the event is already here. So because delivery timelines are more like they're longer in smaller cities. So these are some of the problems that people are facing in Jamshedpur, where we currently live. And then we spoke to a few other people also, and they expressed similar concerns. So we thought this would be like a good opportunity to introduce this idea to them of a virtual try-on. So we asked them how helpful it would be, etc. So they said that in in ideation, it sounds like something that would be very helpful, because if they try on something and they're sure that it will look good on them, then they probably wouldn't have to return it. But then we also asked them what are like a few expectations you have from the product. So they said that it should not be a virtual try on just for the sake of it. Like it should actually be a good technology where you can see the fitting on yourself. And like a few of the apps like Nika and Amazon have the feature, but it's very rudimentary. Like it just looks like a picture floating around on your screen, which is not very helpful. So that's our first persona. Going to the second one. So here we interviewed a few of our seniors who we used to work with before coming to XLRI. So these are people who are usually very busy in their work lives, and even though they live in like the metro cities, they don't really have the time to commute to say a mall or something, and you know how the traffic is in some of these cities. So they actually prefer buying it online. But again, there's always the issue of whether the product will look on you how it looks on the model. So this is another user persona that we thought can be a potential market segment of ours. And going to the third user persona, so this is more of a vendor or a seller on our app rather than a customer, but an equally important stakeholder. So we spoke to a couple of owners of small fashion labels who have pages on Instagram. So this specific one that we have described here owns a fashion label that is based in Delhi, as in she has one store in Delhi and she has an online store. Now the problem is that her clothing is in a very premium segment. It's like they sell gowns and Indian ethnic wear, etc. So people are really apprehensive of actually buying these things because it's such a big investment. So for somebody like her, a virtual try-on would be very helpful. And she does have a lot of money to invest because she comes from like a good family and stuff. So she doesn't mind investing a lot as long as the technology is good and helps to boost her business. And another thing is that when the sellers sell on a smaller scale, then the process of return and refund becomes very expensive for the seller because you're sending individual items here. They're not doing bulk shipping. So for them, a feature like this, which reduces the number of returns, would turn out to be very constructive, is the feedback that we received. Yeah, next slide.
So when we talked to the people in Jamshedpur, we described our product to them on what we are trying to build or what is our idea. So we took various feedbacks from the people. So most of the people thought that the product which we are trying to make, they had a positive outlook towards the product. And there was one observation, like if we talk about the age group, right? Now, this is a bit, this product is a bit on a techier side. So a bit of young people are more interested in the product. So that is what we observed when we talk to people. So roughly, if we talk about the percentage of people who liked our product, out of it, so 20 to 25 years of age, there were around 70% of the people who liked our product. From 25 to 30, there were around 55 to 60%. Around 30 to 40 years of age, there it was the count was around 45%, and 40 plus years of age. Now, since most of the 40 plus years are already very low when they are doing online shopping, and plus an try on feature, so they were not very interested in the product. So it was around 20 to 25%. So one thing which we observed is this app or this product will majorly cater to the younger audience, which will be majorly around 20 to 30 years of age. And so we tried talking to many people around this age, even in our college and even outside in Jamshedpur. So they gave this as our peer, like they talked to us about this, and they told us that this can be a very useful feature because there are many times when the product is very expensive, or they are not very sure if they want to buy the product or not. They would love to try it on, and they would love to understand how the product looks on them, because at least in many cities, right, the delivery time is more. People order 2 or 3 products at a time, and then they return various products. So this can be a very helpful feature for both consumers as well as the resellers. For resellers, we can see that the number of returns might be reduced because of this product as well, because people would earlier try it on, and if they don't actually like the product, they won't just order it for the sake of ordering it, so that once it is delivered, they'll try it on. I'll move on to the next slide. So this is our value proposition which we are offering through our product. One is the personalized shopping experience. The app tailors recommendation to each user styles, ensuring they find product that matches their preference. Secondly, it is time and cost efficient. By now, as I talked about this in the previous slide, we reduce the number of returns because of style and size and style mismatches. So this is both helpful for the consumer as well as the seller, and it saves the extra cost which goes into it. It is like the users can explore and try on a wide range of outfits, because if we, let's say, talk about Myntra, right? Myntra has some thousands of dresses on its platform, so user has an option to try those 1,000 dresses on them, and users can mix and match different pieces to create unique looks. So for example, user can use a t-shirt and a jeans from two different brands, and he can try it on himself, and if it matches or not. and then he can do a he can do a bundled order of it. And this feature will even increase the confidence when the user is trying to purchase the product, because they'll have that confidence that, okay, this product looks good on me. And lastly, this has to be easily integrated with any online shopping platform. It can be easily integrated and they can use it. The next slide will be taken up by Vishal.
Yeah. So when we interacted with the people at P&M Mall, we interacted with people, the fashion label owner. We found out that they have some perception about the app that we are trying to build. So that basically they wanted that the try-ons that they're having, they should be personalized and relevant. So basically what it meant was that whatever suggestions that we give through our app, they should be very personalized and they should have a certain sense of style. So a person would typically have their own sense of style and they would typically try to continue with that. So this is something that we understood when we were talking to these customers. So basically they feel happy, they feel comfortable when they see styles of their own. So the other thing was ease and convenience. So what they wanted from us was that the app should be very easy to use and it should be pretty convenient. So it should not be very tech savvy and it should not be very that we have to put a lot of effort into it. So they should be able to use it when they're sleeping, when they're trying to scroll through social media. So they should be able to use it at any point of the time. So that is something that the user had the perception of the app. And moving on to the next thing, they wanted it to be innovative and fun. So they wanted a certain set of gamification. They wanted that it should be very innovative, and they like the idea that we are trying to come up with, that it will not be just like a like my colleague mentioned, that it is a photo which is coming up, but instead we are offering them a full virtual try on, and there is something that the user had appreciated. So these are something that we gauged by talking to these people. So moving on to the next slide. Yes. So the expectations that the user had were that the visualization that they wanted should be very accurate. So whenever they're trying on a product, they so our motto was that we want to minimize the number of returns. We want to minimize the time wasted. So a lot of people in this age, basically they are short of time. They order in a very shorter lead time, right? So basically our idea was that our results should be very accurate, and thus that would be the USP of our product. So this is something that the user expected a lot from our product. Apart from that, speed and efficiency. So if we are trying on a product in our platform, the fitting room, basically it should be very, it should not that the lag should be there, and it should not have a lot of lag. So this is something that we understood, and this is one of the pain points that the user had. So the speed and efficiency was one of the major points that used to come up when talking to these customers. And apart from that, that they wanted a lot of variety. So from this, we understood that one of the most important things when buying an apparel is the wide variety of options. So this is something we understood when we talked to this customer, and this is also very helpful for the people who are trying to sell on our platform. So they can try and basically they can come up with new designs and they can try to sell it up, and they can also experiment. So this will basically in short, this will help the customers as well as the sellers. So through this, we are trying to target both the sellers and the consumers, and trying to bring them into a one platform and help the customers by giving them a virtual try on. So yeah, that is more or less it. Yeah, thank you.